Light and Shadow, a K-pop Odyssey by Laura Anderson, New York Times Culture Desk. For weeks I traveled across Korea to witness a global sensation, Light and Shadow, a K-pop Odyssey. As a 25-year-old reporter, this story felt like both a privilege and a calling to me. When I first entered a concert hall in Seoul, I expected another flashy K-pop drama. But what unfolded before me was deeper, more powerful, a dialogue between light and shadow itself. By day they are idols, by night they are hunters. This premise is not mere fantasy. It is where Korean shamanism intersects with pop culture, asking, do we all live with both light and dark? Following the heroine Lume, I began to see how K-pop stages and ancient worldviews can blend. A song became not only performance but ritual, a spiritual act echoing through every chorus. The fans' cheers were more than just applause. They rang like ancient chants, calling to spirits, turning audience and stage into one community, a living ritual I could both witness and feel. For me, raised in New York, this was something strange and raw, yet elegant. Broadway taught me catharsis, but Seoul's stage carried a force that crossed boundaries of East and West. The idea of the Soul Gate was not just law. It symbolized chaos and anxiety facing us all. Each of us carries an inner gate, letting light and shadow pass through with fragile balance. As a journalist, I saw this was more than drama. When Lume confronts her secret that she is half human, half demon, it resonated strongly with the struggles of identity worldwide today. Her journey mirrors the confusion of a global youth generation. In my own career, I've faced uncertainty and self-acceptance too, so I felt a profound connection to her personal fight. Now I can say with certainty this story is not a simple pop fantasy. It is a mirror of modern life, using shamanism to reveal our shadows, while guiding us toward a search for the light. Among the characters, Lume stands at the core. Her purple hair marks her as the central figure, but what defines her more is the secret she hides. She is born between a demon father and a human. This duality shapes every choice she makes. She longs to erase the dark mark on her body, hoping that once the soul gate is sealed, she will finally be free from shame, fear, and her secret burden. Yet her struggle is not just about hiding the mark. It reflects a universal question. How do we accept ourselves when the world demands perfection and when identity itself feels split by opposing forces? In contrast stands Jinu, the mysterious male lead. Centuries ago, he sold his soul to the Demon King to gain a voice that could feed his starving family. But power came at a price. He lost all that he loved. When Jinu meets Lume, their connection feels more like recognition than chance. He sees the same mark on her body that he bears in his soul. And suddenly, she is no longer a hunter. She is his reflection. The dialogues unfold not as romance alone, but as a confrontation with fate. Jinu insists he is not evil, but controlled, trapped by a contract older than his own memory. Lume hears him, yet doubts remain. What struck me most was how the show uses their bond as allegory. Both carry shame that isolates, yet in each other they find resonance, proof that broken identities can still sing in harmony again. As I watched, I recalled my own struggles being a young woman in a field where voices are often lost. The moment Lume chooses honesty, refusing to hide her origin, I felt the courage ripple back to myself. The more I studied the show, the clearer it grew. This was not only K-pop spectacle. At its heart, it drew from Korean shamanism, with symbols that reached far beyond the boundaries of soul. Central to this mythos is the soul gate itself. In tradition, gates often mark sacred borders, a threshold where spirits cross, where humans must decide whether to protect or surrender. The three heroines echo shamanic succession. Each generation, three hunters rise to defend the world. This recalls rituals where chosen shamans inherit power to guard their people. Even the spirits appearing on screen, like the magpie with many eyes or the legendary Haichi, are not inventions of fantasy alone. They belong to folklore, guiding truth, justice, and renewal. When Lume encounters these beings, the scene bridges centuries. The modern idol stands face Sebas to face with ancestral guardians, linking K-pop, glitter to ancient rites of protection and order. For global viewers, these symbols feel exotic, yet they strike something universal. Every land has tales of gates, demons, and protectors, so the myth becomes a shared human language. Watching audiences react, I realized shamanism is not distant history. It lives, reshaped within pop culture. The stage becomes a shrine, the song a chant, the dance a living invocation. Through this fusion, the show creates a space where East meets West, past meets present, and entertainment meets philosophy. It shows that tradition, reimagined, can be timeless art. Beyond Korea, the show sparked waves abroad. On streaming charts it soared, winning hearts. From New York to Nairobi, fans posted online, calling it both thrilling drama and deep parable. In Los Angeles, I met a group of young fans. They told me the story gave them strength to accept their own scars. Lume is like us, one said. She shows we don't need to hide pain. Across Europe, critics praised the bold fusion. They saw not only K-pop energy but a cultural mirror where East Asian myths stood proudly, inviting the West into dialogue, not imitation. On social media, challenges spread quickly. Clips of songs, dances, even reenacted rituals went viral. Yet what struck me most was how viewers discussed themes of identity, choice. The fandom did more than celebrate idols. It formed communities of reflection. Online posts asked, "What is your soul gate? What secret mark do you carry, and how do you accept it?" Such questions show the resonance of myth in modern form. The story did not simply entertain. It ignited conversations on selfhood, freedom, and the courage required to face inner shadows. From classrooms to cafes, I overheard debates. Some saw it as fantasy, others as philosophy. Either way, it proved the power of storytelling to bridge cultures, ages, and private struggles. By the time I returned to New York, it was clear. This was no local phenomenon. It was global. A work reminding us that light and shadow are shared truths, sung in every human language. As the final act closes, the stage feels larger than a concert hall. It becomes a mirror where our generation confronts its hidden shadows, searching for ways to live honestly and freely. Lume's choice to embrace her demon heritage is not defeat but triumph. It tells viewers that acceptance is stronger than denial, and that no scar or secret can erase the worth of oneself. Jinu's sacrifice, meanwhile, reminds us that the search for freedom often carries a price. He is a tragic figure, yet through him we glimpse the possibility of breaking chains older than time. What lingers most is not the battles themselves, but the harmony that rises from conflict. Music, ritual, and story converge, teaching that even in darkness we may discover our path to the light. For me, writing this as a 25-year-old reporter, The journey was more than professional duty. It was an intimate reflection on my own fears, my ambitions, and the voices I choose to honor. Thus, I close with certainty, light and shadow. A K-pop Odyssey is not only entertainment. It is a philosophy wrapped in melody and myth, a global story that dares us all to face ourselves.